You're very welcome back. Our next guest has brought some of the world's most iconic superheroes to life.
Marvel Comics illustrator Will Sliney joins us. Hello, Will. It's lovely to have you here.
All right.
Good morning, Will. I'm going to pick up my bad picture I've done already.
Doing. This is Will. Will has a brand new book. It's called Draw with Will. It is absolutely incredible. We're going to get to it in a minute because I would get lost in this word. You're teaching so many things.
So cool.
How did you become an illustrator for Marvel?
Yeah, good question. I just always loved drawing. I didn't know you could do it when you were younger. You know, it wasn't on the standard career choice when you were going to secondary school. But when I kind of started finding all of these comics, finding out that people actually make them, I just kind of became obsessed with it. I used to have to go to conventions in America with my portfolio. They're all over the world now. Literally 2 weeks ago, we had the editor-in-chief of Marvel here, and he was looking for new talent from Ireland.
No way.
So you were at a convention in America, like, this is my work.
Exactly. You know, Tommy, you should have been there with your sketches. You might have
Can
been
you show what you just did? That was very good.
My little Bugs Bunny. I don't even know where it's gone. I'll find it in a minute. Anyway, don't worry about mine. I just dropped it.
Isn't he very good?
Why did he come to Ireland? Is because the talent is so rich here.
Do you know what? There's a pool of us now that have broken in. So I've been one of the first Irish Marvel illustrators to make it across, because before you kind of had to be around New York. Yeah. Like back in the 70s, they had the bullpen in Marvel where Stan Lee and Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby were creating these characters. We're all over the world now. And since the Irish have broken in, we very much have a good, hard-working attitude. We get our drawings done on time, you know, which is a big part of drawing for Marvel. We have a book out every 4 weeks. So you have to be very, very professional with us. And there's about 7 or 8 of us in there now, which is great.
It's stunning, the amazing things that's happened, and, you know, Preacher, all that kind of stuff. There's so many of you doing so many different things. And for a lot of kids to think that, you know, Spiderman is running Cork. Like, that's kind of, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, look, and as long as they know that you can do that kind of a job from anywhere in Ireland, like, I love that message getting out there, and it kind of keeps them drawing a bit longer.
OK.
And even your YouTube and stuff as well. How, like, you must get great interest in that, because my kids love watching these videos.
Yeah, so that, I would have done that for a while. I was brought on to be part of Homeschool Hub, and then I started getting all of these shows and stuff, and so... But before, if I was doing a signing, it would have just been, you know, the hardcore Spider-Man and Star Wars fans. But now it's all kids bringing up and showing me their art. And what's lovely is you can see those kids sticking with it, and they'll come back a year later and you can see that they've really practiced. There's so much learning you can get from YouTube now. You know? It
is, but what's really cool about this book, Draw with Will, and Spider-Man, you know, I remember Spider-Man watching it one day being like, it's a good thing that my superpower is algebra. And it's all about shapes. And this is about... shapes, getting good at shapes. So can you show us, can we do a bit of a demo?
I will, and that's a very good point. So it doesn't matter how complex your drawing is, it's all about breaking it down into simple shapes, and that's one of the things we get through in the book. Like, every kid will get frustrated when they're drawing. I make mistakes all of the time, but if you break things down into simple shapes, it makes it a little bit easier. So we'll see how you handle it.
OK, we're going to copy what you do here now with our bit of a demo. Yeah, let's go.
So one of the main things when you're drawing Spider-Man is his eyes. So we're going to do a couple of semicircles first. To get the eye started off.
From the middle of the page?
Yeah, we'll kind of think of that as the centre of his face. Okay. And we'll do another semicircle alongside it here, and that will be the shape for the eyes, OK?
OK.
So one of the cool things about drawing Spider-Man is every artist has a different way of drawing the eyes. It's kind of, you can kind of impart your own signature style on it. I'll keep going. I'll move ahead and do this.
Yeah, you keep going. You keep going.
Look at this.
Oh, that's good.
So, and I'll do another one over here. Same thing,
same
but
size.
a little bit thinner. Yeah.
Why thinner?
Because we're going to draw him in a 3/4 view, just to make it a little bit harder for you.
Perspective.
Okay. So, well done. So, and all we've drawn so far is semicircles. So when you combine them together, brilliant. It's you can make these more complex shapes. So if we had more time, we might colour all this in. We mightn't be able to do that now. But what I'll do is I'll draw the jaw next. Just coming across here. You want it to be nice and square at the bottom for a superhero kind of chin.
I've started again.
You keep going and you keep on drawing, and we're just going to follow what it is you do, because what it is that you were just doing shapes, and it is absolutely incredible, and the perspective you're doing there. And we were talking yesterday about AI because of Studio Ghibli and what they were saying about it being robbed by ChatGPT last week. And Cartoon Saloon and Bluey and all this kind of stuff. What do you make of it?
Look, a lot of people are talking about AI in art, and the real thing that I think needs to be gotten across is whatever about it impacting me and things like that, there's a lot of kids have been sending me drawings for a long time, and their parents would be sending me in, their drawings, asking me how do they improve. But in the last year or so, they're asking me, will there be art jobs for kids in the future?
Right.
So I don't think people realise how much it's impacting kids. And do we want to have a world where, people stop bothering to learn how to play the guitar, stop learning how to draw, all of these things? And I think it's people like, my responsibility who has these kind of jobs to tell them, it's being massively rejected within the industry, especially in comics. Nobody wants to see a comic book that's drawn by AI because, they have such a connection. So we all would know Stan Lee from the Marvel books and things like that. People will support me because they read my Marvel comics. So there's a direct connection with the person that's creating it. And I don't think that's ever going to go from comics. I don't think it's ever going to go from animation. So I do want kids to know that those art jobs are going to be there. So if you enjoy art, if you enjoy drawing, if you enjoy learning how to do it, then those skills will always be there. So very, very important.
How important is it for, something maybe that AI can't teach, though, is that creativeness?
Yeah, very much so. Like we always say when you're showing a portfolio in comics, anyone can draw a cool picture of Spiderman, in the cityscape or something like that. But it's your ability to tell a story is the real key. And that comes with... Your drawings are brilliant, by the way. Well done. That's the real key to something like this. Everybody has a phone now, but why aren't there millions and millions of brilliant movies? It still takes a really talented movie maker to turn a script into a good movie because they've practiced in the art of doing that. So, when people talk about AI art being kind of soulless, it's often because the person that's generating it doesn't have the skill or the ability to tell a story with it.
And to empathise,
Yeah, and that's where the magic of, if you watch an actual Studio Ghibli movie, their works of art, So they know how to tell a story, they know pacing, they know all these things.
It's really interesting because, you Draw with Will, you do, on Sky TV, Now TV is what you can do now. You were just with Seamus Coleman in Everton, drawing him as he was talking, being in GAA. The opportunities this has opened to you has been incredible.
It's been mad. Spider-Man has literally opened doors to getting to draw with the Irish team, getting to draw with the Everton team and stuff like that,
Who's your favourite Spider-Man to draw?
Good question. So Spider-Man 2099, he's half Mexican and half Irish, and I got to make sure his Irish heritage is from Cork. So
I gather you've drawn... I'm hearing... Have you drawn a picture of me?
I've had to draw you before, all right? Yeah, so we did a
I've had to, you poor thing.
I know, yeah. We've got it. So,
gee, look at all those rings. That's after you started working with me.
All right, yes, exactly.
Well, this has been an absolute pleasure, I have to say. Can we show? Look at Tommy's.
There we
go. That's good.
Loving it.
He's so good. I'm very jealous of that.
You have to come along to the next convention.
There we have.
This book is absolutely brilliant.
Thank you so much.
I honestly,
can you judge them?
Love that. Oh,
I think we should let it up to the public.
There you go. There you have it.
Tommy's always going to be number one. Will Sliney, thank you so much for coming in today. This is incredible.
Great
Can we keep
to see
that?
you, Will. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.
Love it.